Hello, everyone. Today, we explore the invisible fuel behind every thought, every memory, and every idea your brain creates. Imagine your brain as a high-performance engine. It drives your creativity, your decisions, and your dreams. But like any engine, it needs the right fuel to run at full speed. Vitamins, those tiny, often overlooked nutrients, are the spark plugs that keep this magnificent machine alive. Your brain makes up only 2% of your body weight, yet it consumes nearly 20% of your daily energy. That means every thought, every heartbeat, and every emotion depends on what you feed it. Studies from the National Institutes of Health show that even mild vitamin deficiencies can reduce focus, slow learning, and increase fatigue. The truth is simple. When you nourish your brain right, you think faster, remember longer, and feel more alive. Vitamin B12 is the foundation of mental clarity. It supports the creation of myelin, a fatty sheath that protects nerve fibers and allows signals to travel quickly. Without it, messages between brain cells slow down. Harvard Medical School reports that up to 20% of adults over 50 lack adequate B12, often resulting in memory lapses and mood changes. Real stories echoed this data. In one study from Oxford, older adults who took B12 supplements along with folate slowed brain shrinkage by up to 30%. Eggs, salmon, and fortified cereals carry this precious vitamin, and incorporating them daily can lift mental fog and restore energy. In Japan, elderly communities that consume B12-rich fish daily show cognitive performance scores nearly 15% higher than peers who don't. Vitamin D, often called the sunshine vitamin, is another unsung hero. Produced naturally when sunlight touches your skin, it supports the growth of new neurons and regulates neurotransmitters that influence mood and focus. A 2023 University of Cambridge study discovered that participants deficient in vitamin D performed 30% worse on memory tests. Another report from the Journal of Neurology revealed that seniors with low vitamin D were twice as likely to develop dementia. Just 10 to 15 minutes of morning sunlight or foods like tuna, sardines, and mushrooms can keep levels healthy. It's not just a vitamin. It's mental sunlight that clears the fog inside your head. Now, picture vitamin E as the bodyguard of your brain cells. Every moment you breathe, tiny, unstable molecules called free radicals attack your neurons. Vitamin E neutralizes them, preventing oxidative damage that leads to cognitive decline. Rush University's long-term study found that older adults with diets high in vitamin E had a 67% lower risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. Almonds, sunflower seeds, and spinach are nature's shields. Olympic athletes often rely on vitamin E supplements to protect muscle and nerve cells during oxidative stress. Proof that its defense goes far beyond the brain. Vitamins B6 and B9, or folate, are the architects of mental balance. They help regulate homocysteine, an amino acid that, when elevated, damages blood vessels in the brain. Researchers at Tufts University observed that individuals with higher homocysteine levels performed 40% worse on cognitive speed tests. Folate from leafy greens, lentils, and asparagus keeps this compound in check. Meanwhile, B6 from chickpeas, poultry, and bananas enhances neurotransmitter synthesis, helping produce serotonin and dopamine, the chemicals that make us feel motivated and stable. Together, these vitamins form an invisible emotional armor. Vitamin C might seem like a simple cold fighter, but it's deeply involved in brain performance. It aids in the conversion of dopamine into norepinephrine, the neurotransmitter responsible for alertness and concentration. Scientists at Oregon State University found that people with optimal vitamin C levels scored 12% higher on memory recall tests. Think of citrus fruits, bell peppers, and strawberries as small but mighty brain boosters. When astronauts prepare for long missions, NASA includes vitamin C-dense foods to maintain mental focus in high-stress environments. A reminder that even in space, the mind needs its nutrients. Then there's vitamin B3, known as niacin, which fuels the power plants inside your brain cells, the mitochondria. Without enough niacin, your brain literally runs out of energy. Historical cases of pellagra, caused by severe B3 deficiency, led to confusion, dementia, and even hallucinations. Thankfully, we rarely see that now, but even mild shortages can cause mental sluggishness. A study in the Journal of Neuroscience found that niacin supplementation helped protect against age-related memory loss in mice by boosting cellular energy. Foods like peanuts, tuna, and chicken can keep your neurons fully charged. Another overlooked vitamin is thiamine, vitamin B1, which converts glucose into energy for your brain. Every thought you have is powered by this conversion. The University of Surrey discovered that students who took thiamine supplements before exams demonstrated 20% faster reaction times and greater alertness compared to those who didn't. Whole grains, beans, and seeds provide steady amounts of B1, and countries that fortify flour with thiamine have documented lower rates of cognitive decline among their aging populations. It's a quiet nutrient, but a vital one. When these vitamins work together, they create harmony, a biochemical orchestra that keeps your brain performing. One vitamin fuels energy, another defends, another repairs. Deficiency in even one note disrupts the whole symphony. The Mediterranean diet, rich in fish, nuts, olive oil, and vegetables, naturally balances these nutrients. Studies show that people following this diet have a 26% lower risk of developing cognitive impairment. The Japanese, with diets abundant in seaweed and fermented soy, also maintain impressive mental longevity, demonstrating that consistent vitamin intake across generations preserves both memory and focus. What's fascinating is how quickly the brain responds once these vitamins are replenished. In a 2022 randomized trial, adults with low B vitamin levels showed measurable improvements in cognitive speed and reduced anxiety within 8 weeks of supplementation. The payoff was not only in sharper memory, but also in emotional stability. These findings echo what neurologists have long suspected. Nutrition is mental medicine. Even small changes, like replacing processed snacks with almonds or swapping soda for orange juice, compound into long-term brain resilience. Children and teenagers benefit just as profoundly. During growth, the brain forms new connections at lightning speed, up to 1 million neural links per second in early childhood. Deficiencies in B12, iron, or folate can slow that process dramatically. UNICEF reports that nearly 30% of children in developing regions experience vitamin-related cognitive delays. Schools that implemented fortified breakfast programs saw reading and attention scores rise by 15% within months. It's evidence that vitamins don't just maintain brain health, they shape intelligence itself. As we age, the stakes grow higher. The Alzheimer's Association highlights that lifestyle, particularly diet, can delay symptoms of dementia by up to 5 years. Vitamin-rich diets not only prevent disease, but also enhance neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new pathways. Imagine retaining your curiosity, your quick wit, and your capacity to learn, even in your 80s. That's not fantasy. It's biochemistry supported by decades of nutritional neuroscience. For example, in the Nun study, a landmark project following over 600 nuns for more than 30 years, researchers found that those with higher blood levels of B12 and folate maintained cognitive function far better than their peers. Their daily meals of fish, vegetables, and fortified grains made all the difference. Similarly, in Finland, populations consuming high vitamin E and C diets show significantly fewer age-related memory issues despite long, dark winters limiting sunlight exposure. Modern life, however, challenges our nutrient balance. Stress, processed foods, alcohol, and lack of sunlight drain vitamins faster than we replace them. Coffee, for instance, though stimulating, depletes B-complex vitamins. It's one reason many professionals feel wired yet mentally exhausted. Reintroducing whole foods, nuts, greens, fish, eggs, citrus, recharges that biochemical energy. Think of it as rebooting your brain's operating system, one meal at a time. Even athletes and entrepreneurs now recognize this link. A 2021 survey of Olympic competitors revealed that over 80% rely on targeted vitamin supplementation to sustain focus and reaction time. Silicon Valley tech leaders advocate for B-complex stacks to enhance creativity and prevent burnout. The message is clear. Brain nutrition is no longer optional. It's performance technology. There's also an emotional layer. Vitamins don't just shape cognition, they influence how we feel. Low B6, folate, and B12 are closely tied to depressive symptoms because they govern serotonin and dopamine pathways. Clinical trials at the University of Toronto showed that patients who added these vitamins alongside therapy reported 40% faster mood recovery. The connection between diet and happiness, once anecdotal, is now measurable science. Yet, the beauty of this knowledge is its simplicity. You don't need expensive pills or rare ingredients. Everyday foods, eggs, avocados, almonds, kale, oranges, and fish, create the same effect nature intended. Eating them consistently builds a biochemical safety net for your mind. Within weeks, people report clearer thinking, steadier moods, and deeper sleep. Signs that neurons are thriving again. Ultimately, the goal is longevity of thought. Keeping the mind young while the years advance. Think of your brain as a garden. Vitamins are the sunlight, water, and soil that keep it blooming. Ignore them, and weeds of fatigue and forgetfulness take over. Nurture them, and your garden remains lush, vibrant, and full of life. Every bite you take becomes an investment in mental wealth. So, as you sit down to your next meal, remember this. Your brain is listening. It reacts to the colors on your plate, the greens of spinach, the yellows of citrus, the reds of berries, the golden glow of eggs and nuts. Together, they compose the palette of intelligence, creativity, and memory. Your thoughts, your passions, your very personality depend on the quiet chemistry these vitamins orchestrate. Feed your brain wisely. Let it shine with the energy of B vitamins, the protection of vitamin E, the optimism of vitamin D, and the spark of vitamin C. You'll not only think better, you'll live better, longer, and with purpose. Because in the end, a healthy brain isn't just about memory or focus. It's about experiencing every moment fully awake, fully aware, and fully alive.